we are suffering all.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
We suffering too much.
You need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
The country getting
You
high.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
Nowhere to go.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
No money in the
You
bank.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
Comforting people.
You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
To get full of war.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
Liberian people
You
suffering.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
Everything like
You
propo.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
We now get hospital.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
We now get good
You
school.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
No element for
You
children.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
No good company.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
The working, you get to
You
pay.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
Every day you get
You
separate.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
No justice for the
You
poor.
need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
Every day women
You
repeat.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
Because they get power.
You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
Just suffering poor people.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
Retire report for
You
change.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
You say you former
You
player.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
No football
You
economy.
need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
People dying every
You
day.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
JFK Tupac.
You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
Education very
You
poor.
need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
We don't have a feeling.
You need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
No good health
You
care.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
You know I say the truth.
You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
Country get here. Country get here. Everybody go equation. We tire of Joe Weah. We tire of fucking pro. Make who suffering. Them rider suffering. Keke rider suffering. Yana go suffering. Country get here. Every day. No more Galpohkpa. No more fucking pro.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
Joe, we are suffering all.
You need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
We suffering too much.
You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
The country get here.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
Nowhere to
You
go.
need to step down. Go fucking go, step down.
No money in the
You
bank.
need to step down. Go back to bed, step down.
Comforting people.
You need to step down. Come on, we are step down.
To get full of war.
You need to step down.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. It's a beautiful day out here, wherever I am in the world. It's a beautiful day out here. And it's comfortable enough for this African jungle bunny to sit out here without my jacket. I'm not cold. I'm not training. It's a little cold, but I can handle it. When you see me slip into the house, I'll go off my jacket, okay? But in the meantime, we're out of the jungle. We're in the sun. Let's hang tight. Because today is another day. Today is the 7th of June, 2021. We begin a new week. Despite our troubling week in the West African Republic of Liberia, where my people have no food to eat, where my people are being robbed, terribly robbed, time and time again by our leaders, the people who are supposed to be guiding us and leading us into this new era, this new dispensation that will lift us up from the 80s, from the 70s, from the 60s, will lift us up from all these interim governments we've been through that were worthless and useless. Amos Sawyer, Famule, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, her 3 sons, her sister Jenny, Estrada Bernard, Archie Bernard, Charles Bright, Emmanuel Shaw, all these criminals that are still leading our country today, still robbing our country from 1980 to this very day, these same criminals ruling our country. Why? Why, my people? Why are we condemned? Are we self-condemned? That time immemorial, we have to see these rogues stealing from our country, killing our people. Why do you think our people die? They don't have to take a gun to shoot our people. The deceitfulness, the lies, the treachery, the just pure stealing got to cease and desist for us to live. It's got to cease and desist for us to live. There is enough for all of us. There is enough for all of us. Why time and time again, one group of people got to try to steal everything from the rest of us? Why? Why? But I want you all to listen. First, let me put my topic up. It's troubling. It's so troubling. When we get education, and some of us try to pursue the dreams of our Constitution, pursue the visions of our forefathers that had nothing to do with Congo or country or native or whatever. But we tread upon this deceitful trend time and time again for a few people to steal, for people to benefit and make useless excuses because our native people are still backwards. And they're not backwards because of their own faults. They are backwards because our leaders keep them backwards for greed, self-aggrandizement, stealing. So they keep our people down and deceived and backwards. And the education our people getting, yes, we get good education in our country, but most of them based on deceitfulness. Most of the things we learn based on lies and tribal fantasies and tribal wars and ancient wars and all these stupidities, and we're still dwelling on them. We got to pass these stages and come into a new era that we need to be in to change our society, to change our people's minds. Actions speak louder than words. That's why you see I stay away from the thieves. I stay away from the liars. I stay away from the deceivers. I ain't got to be with these people Because all my life in Liberia, I've seen nothing but lies and deceitfulness and treachery. People fighting for properties for nothing. They don't belong to them. But they just hit other people. How can we deal with this thing? How can we grow? Then we say we're a nation of families. What kind of nation of family want to kill each other all the time? Don't give a damn about each other. Except when you die. Then they all come together to remember, oh yeah, oh yes, that person was my family. Oh yes. Yeah, maybe we need to call them. Yeah, they dead. Oh shit. Uncle Johnny died. Oh Lord. What happened to Auntie Lou? Where was she? Did we remember her? Then we talk about when you don't have the foundation of a nation, which is the family. How can you have a nation? How can you have a nation when there's no secrecy in the family? There's no unity in the family. That would be my last topic anyway for the day. But let me put on my topic because I go into too much. My 3 topics for this morning are: 1, CDC versus CPP. Will George Weah's Lofa County tour impact Joe Boikai's 2023 election goal? Number 2, how significant is the TRC report to change in Liberia? 3, is family part of Liberia's culture today? Let's get into my topics. CDC versus CPP. We see that George Weah right now is in Lofa County. I haven't been following them. I don't get involved in Liberian politics too much because all the same thing, 6 and 7 Congo versus Congo country, and how the people did in the past, and how we leading the country in the future now, and we can't see nothing. So all the promises and statements being made about progress and advancement in our country moving forward, do we see it? Do we really believe it? These are the things that are troubling our country. You know, our leadership structure is so terrible. It's so terrible. Now let's look at our government today. We got a CDC on one side, 3 parties forming one coalition. I think Joe Party is the patriotic party, independent patriotic party, or Liberian patriotic party, or something like that. Charles Taylor Party. So we have the 2 main political parties in Liberia, consisting of 6 separate political parties forming coalitions. George Weah has been in power for 3 years now, into his 4th year, setting up to run again in 2023 when his term ends for another term. We still can't see no viable opposition to this man. We can't see it because the mayor George Weah is smart. He's doing his county tour. He's breaking ground here, breaking ground there. It doesn't matter what happens. It just a matter that he's doing it. He's spreading the road through other counties, places that cars never been before. Some of them going there now. People having access to the main roads and things like that. Howbeit, poorly constructed. We see people dancing on the dirt road they're constructing just to feed a road. That shows how our country is so backwards. That shows how our country is so disconnected. They show the people how they grow that they market thing and put on the road, no car rules to go there. After 200 years, nearly. We're still suffering from that kind of thing. We're still suffering. But we're not much different from other countries. To tell you other third world countries, we're not that much different. But it's just that other countries understand the significance of roads. I've been to the Caribbean. I travel all through these small countries. They're not more developed than Liberia. They're not more advanced than Liberia. But in some of those countries, the roads are paved. Those island countries. You can go through the whole village, even though you can go through them in 1 hour or 35 minutes or 40 minutes if you really want to travel all through the country. But they got roads. They may not be paved completely, but they got some kind of paved construction on it, where the people can travel, the cars can go all through the country. And that's what we need in Liberia. But we're not a small island country. We are a nation. We're not an island nation. We are a nation. The first nation in the Republic of Africa, in Africa. The first nation in Africa. The first democratic nation in the whole of Africa. And we're still lacking the convictions we need to build our country. Because we can see CDC, CPP, they're the same. They're the same. One group more educated, but at just the CDC. CDC not as educated, but they got their acts together. They got their acts together. And it's all about gaining the trust and confidence of the people. Having the people trust you enough to repose their trust and confidence in the government. That when the government and leadership speak, they speak for all the people. They speak not for one tribe, not for tribes. They speak for Liberia. We discipline our leaders for Liberia. And these are the things that matter. But when we have two political parties, we cannot trust. We can't trust the two political parties. When you put the real nitty-gritty to the thing, we can't trust these two people. CPP has proven to be just as bad as CDC. With all the educated people, with all the money people, with all the supposedly intelligent people, we have problems in our country. Dishonesty, trustworthiness, truthfulness. We have none of that in none of our parties. So our people confused. The CDC is no better than the CPP. The CPP is no better than the CDC. So here we are in a quagmire. We're caught in a quagmire. This is pure foolishness. When our leaders are questionable, when we have no leaders that we can repose our trust in. We talk about Boikai and his tribalism. We talk about the other parties, Elliot Cummings and his problem, his loyalty to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. his dismal leadership of his party during the term of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Ellen Cummings didn't prove himself to be a leader. He saw all the corruption going on in the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He saw any children were nepotistic and rogues and thieves, and he sat in there and said nothing because he's a part of that system. And this is where our system continually perpetuates corruption and stealing and lies. And this way I'm stepping back because I cannot say we must change and we'll continue doing the same thing. No. I'm one of the people who believe in what I say. I am a man who take my word to be significant. When I say it and not happening. Because we got to put our lives on something. We got to believe in something. And when all our leaders are just run amok with nonsense and asinine BS, our country is running on its own. Like a car with a driver, just driving. And we don't know where we're going. No direction. Or we cars ruled by the international community. When they say go this way, go this way, go that way, go that way. I don't run my show like that. My country has always been a sovereign nation and a sovereign people. We came out of slavery, not to be enslaved, not to be under some international community that's suppressing us with racism and BS. No. That's not what my people come out of slavery for international community. But my young children, they kill up our leaders. They kill up our fathers. What do you think they did that for? So that we can be lost. So our people can have no idea of their own history. Look at our young children just running around lost. Look at all the other buffoons in America lost. Everybody want to go home lost. You want to teach them something lost. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because they got their own concept of what our country is all about. And when you have a mix of people in our nation and abroad, that's a serious problem. The people in abroad won't go help the people in Liberia. They have no plan. They have no objective. They think they can just get up from here with their money they're making on their jobs and form individual group and go help Liberia. Go help 4 or 5 people here, 4 or 5 people here, and Liberia will change. You're dreaming. Are you people serious? It can't happen. And that's why CDC and CPP are just a bunch of useless group of people just running around, trying to learn leadership, trying to learn direction, trying to learn how to change our country, but they can't change it. Why? Because we have no leaders. We have no leaders. Boikai was supposed to be learning how to lead. He was sleeping. So all the time he was sleeping. We got the Cummings. He on an early Skype. We got Liberty Party. They have no direction. They're just like a bunch of prostitutes looking for somebody to pay them to join them. We got Benina Party. He just ordered the free. He just sitting there and saying, okay, Vice President, anybody, when you're failed, I'm there, Vice President. I bet everybody didn't care about calling him Mr. Vice President, because he's a sitting Vice President. He got his position is locked. President, no, I just won't be Vice President. Anyway, you're failed, I'll drop that. I'm an honorable. I'm a millionaire. I got all the country money. You know what took it for me? I got the phone company. I got the chicken coop. I got my boys around me. I'm feeding them chicken and liquor every night. We sitting there planning all this shit. These are the leaders we got, my people. These are the leaders we got today, man. CDC, they're just running amok, doing that native thing, running around, running around, they're doing toe here, toe there, breaking ground, just juking the thing, cutting the trees and doing the vines and doing it. Then you got the other CPP. They're useless people, man. Won't fight each other, undermining each other. Look at Boikai there, he's a tribalist. He's a tribalist. Just Lofa. Rofa. Take the Lord to the Lord. Take the Lord to the Lord. I just say. Then you got comments there talking about. Then you got comments there. But he useless stuff. Talk about he won't be president. You know, president. You think people that be president overnight like that? Huh? This is the hard work business. This thing is hard work business. My light just changed. I guess that I hope you all can see me well. But I'm using one of these Logitech cameras, and I'm not used to all these things, just flipping with the light and stuff like that. But let's get into the topic, and that was it, man. So we got all these useless people saying they want to be leader of my country. I'm sitting in exile and looking at them and saying, damn, what the boys care in my country? Damn, look at these guys, man. Oh, I saw Boikai in your white hat, your polo t-shirt. The boys just hanging out, man. They're just hanging out. And our country is just hanging on under their balance, man. Just swinging. Our country don't know where it's going. Tweet. You got the two groups, CPP, CDC. One other group said the native to go into the country, blowing horn, cutting the grass, and making feeder road all through this place. And everybody just cheering them. Oh, George Weah, as a man, you listen to Keith Hassan of Spoon TV talking about the man is just great. The man is great. We eating tteokbokki. The girls used to be running behind us and saying, oh, man, get it from here, you tteokbokki eater. Now everybody happy to eat tteokbokki. Is that any development for our country? Now all you CPP and CDC people can eat tteokbokki now. Are you happy? Is the road paved? All you tteokbokki eaters and happy people to be eating tteokbokki and cassava leaf and gegba. Are you happy? Because I've been eating gegba for years. I think I can't even swallow it. I put it in my mouth, it's stuck in my throat. I had to stand up. I thought I was going to die of suffocation. And I couldn't swallow that thing. My throat was not conformed to that kind of thing. So we've been eating that thing for long. So when it became so significant for Keith Hassan, that everybody think he's some kind of genius. Man, you better get Keith Hassan out of my face if I slap your head. You can't tell me tteokbokki. We've been eating tteokbokki long now. Where you coming from? Are the foolish people who said the Liberian, and we've been testing them with the tteokbokki and all of that they do. Now he comes sitting there talking about tteokbokki. They're the foolish thing our people sitting there talking about. We got national development to do, national reconstruction to do, and we're sitting there talking about tteokbokki and who don't know our country. Our country been backward for so long. We know it. All of us know it. So what new that George we are doing that's so mystical to us? What is so new about this man opening the county and all of that? Nothing new about it. Nothing new about it. Nothing great about it either. Because we end up with the same things that all government been doing. Everything will just end up the same way after 2023. They will steal all the money again. All the roads they're building will turn into muddy roads after the rainy season. All those roads they're fixing up country, those feeder roads, those dirt roads will be useless. No cars will be able to pass on them because it's been the history of our country from time immemorial. So what is so mystical about these two useless people, these two useless parties? We got to get our acts together. If we're going to let these people run us amok with their foolishness, say they're going to election, they're going to waste our money of our country. You see how our country go down and everything? Now they want something for election. How many money will be spending on these useless elections when we can't get no results? The CDC, the NEC make mistake, they go to the court can't rectify the laws, they're fussing among themselves with the laws. These are the issues that cause war, that cause unrest, civil disobedience. Because when a court that's supposed to be the arbiter of peace and justice and equality in the nation is the wise criminal institution, who can give us justice? Who will give us justice? We can't get justice because the courts supposed to be the main institution for rendering justice, for understanding our laws and implying them or applying them in the right manner to ensure that our society treads on the rule of law. Despite the legislature uselessness and criminality, despite the executive failure to meet the demands of our Constitution, to implement our laws effectively, to preserve the sanctity of our nation, the sovereignty of our people, we are slaves. And it hurts my heart. We are slaves, and it bothers me tremendously. We are slaves because in our minds, the international community is our leader. And that ain't right. That ain't right. So until our CDC and CPP and CDC and CPP and all these useless parties get their acts together and start to tread on the paths that will lead our country to constitutional democratic freedom and justice, and our people in pursuit of happiness of their own lives, our country can grow. And we keep talking about Palawa hot and this and that. Man, look, let's get out of this thing, man. Our people out of this Palawa hot setting. Our young children, cell phones all through the villages. You go in a deep part of Liberia, people got cell phone. What kind of Palawa hot? We passed that Palawa hot business. If we're going to sit and keep talking about Palawa hot, we will not rise. We cannot have cell phones in every village, in every creek and corner of our nation. People got cell phone calling all over the world. Then we're talking about having Palawa hot. What the hell is Palawa hot? We have grown above and beyond Palawa hot. We need town hall meetings. No damn Palawa hot. We need town hall meetings. We need town hall meetings where we have big gatherings and our leaders will come and address the need of our people there. We got county leaders. We got city leaders. Well, we got to go to the damn Palawa hut. We go to the damn Palawa hut. The damn Palawa hut is for the villages, for the little creeks and corners where there are no roads. They can't reach civilization. That's where they got Palau huts. But where we got the accesses to roads, to transportation, all the kind of things, we cannot have Palau huts no more. We got to have town hall meetings. And that is incumbent upon us to ensure, like Boikai said, we have roads where our people can come to the town meetings. We got to grow out of that village and Palau hut nonsense. And that was keeping us down. When we keep talking Palau hut, we put our people in the native villages. And our people have outgrown the villages. Our people want access to towns. Our people want access to cities. Our people want access to great living like other Liberian people who have access to those things. Why would we restrict our people to Palau huts? No, we can't do that no more. And I can't listen to this Palau hut BS. Because when you're talking about Palau hut, you're talking about somewhere where the people have no access to civilization, so they have Palau hut. But when you have access to civilization, you go to the towns and the cities. And we got to grow out of this Palau hut business. Because I'm not a Palau hut man. When we keep with our Palau hut mentality, in and of itself, we're telling our people that we are enslaved. We are telling our people that our lives have not grown. So I am in for all of that. So let me take a break now, because I told you, yeah, Weah making a Lofa too. He's doing what Joe Boikai never did. He's going through all the towns, all the counties, because he understands the significance of opening those places during this election period. That's a smart move. Now Boikai and CPP, they got an uphill battle. Always. You always have an uphill battle because they're not organized. They're not sitting down with planned people. They got a coalition with different loyalties. They don't know who they're loyal to. They don't know who Liberty Party loyal to. They don't know who Ellie Cummings loyal to. They don't know who Ben and I you were loyal to. So everybody just running amok. In our country, and people are being held hostages time and time again by these useless people. Then we ask ourselves why we can't develop. But let me take a break. And when I come back, we're going to my next topic. Because right now there's a challenge. There's a challenge. We don't know where CPP stands. So there's a challenge right there. It's a fraction. It's a fraction of a coalition. And when you have this break in unity and direction and voice and leadership, there's bound to be failure. There's bound to be failure. And it's repeated time and time and time again because our leaders have no foresight, no patriotism, no love, and no genuine sense of sovereignty for our people in our country. The time of the Liberian people, true revolution, is now. Aluta, continua. Let's take a break. Let's take a small break and know we.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Kid. Reload. Talk to beat. They got time to play, time to work. Work will I play my picky and man, jack or talk. They got time to play, time to work. Work will I play my picky and man, jack or talk. Oh baby, work, my daddy, oh. Work hard, my baby. Work, my picky, oh. Work hard, oh baby. Work, my daddy. casa close. Weah, you want all the facility. Weah, energy to me, my key. Weah, money and the tours. Weah, you want casa close. Weah, you want all the facility. Weah, energy to me, my key. Weah, too late. Hope you feeling good tonight. Oh lady, when the US to Liberia, they make it to make you win. For I bet on my Novia, this can start at the place. Oh baby, work, my daddy, oh, work hard, my baby, work, my picky, oh, work hard. And I can't stand the fire will fall. If we worked up your destination, follow how we fall. So, well. Sweat to increase your success, yeah. Well. How it can we progress, yeah. Oh, baby, work, my daddy, oh. Work hard, my baby. Work, my biggie, oh. Work hard, oh, baby. Work, my daddy, oh. Work hard, my baby. Work, my biggie, oh. Money in the drawers, more cars and clothes, you want all the facility, energy to me, my bikini, money in the drawers, more cars and clothes, you want all the facility, energy to me, my bikini,
Black the things my eyes confess. Every day I give you praise. We only got one life to live. My brother think and calculate. One life is all we need. I need a friend indeed. One life to my enemies. Love put them to shame. Another time for play. Let them to walk. How I can play. Let's get to work. Keep on working, don't mind anybody. Keep the fire burning, cause your time is coming. See me now, let them know. You are just see your goal. One day you will make it for sure. Have fun when you stay got to go. Believe me, someone that will come to confuse you. Stay where you are, just do it. My life is a lesson. I want to know how to feel it.
oh baby, work, my daddy, oh, work hard, my baby, work, my picky, oh, work hard, oh baby, work, my daddy, oh, work hard, my baby, work, my picky, oh. I can't time to play, time to work. How could I play my picky and man, jam on door? I can't time to play. Time to work. How could I play my picky and man, jam on door?
We're back. My second topic is how significant is the TRC report to change in Liberia? TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report to change in Liberia. We know that under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we had the Truth and Reconciliation Commission established, headed by Councillor Verdier, James Verdier. They went into their processes and they came out with a report on how the investigation went and how evidence were presented and how the commission came to its recommendations to the government and people of Liberia. So this was done under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And there were recommendations made to stop her from being president of Liberia, even then, at that very moment. But it seemed like a joke. Because how would the president set up a commission condemning her government and to remove herself? So to me, it was just a little farce. It was an exercise in trying to bring peace to our country that I knew Ellen Johnson Sirleaf would have never permitted because she was a part of the war. She is a warlord. She is a rebel. So all these things impacted the implementation of the recommendations of the TRC report. So here we are again. We constantly faced with the issue of the TRC report and its significance in our society of the day. Why is it significant? Because as Verdier said, we have to close the book on a war. We have to end the history of killing and murder and illicit lawless acts of our leaders and our people. Impunity, impunity, impunity. So this is where we are again. And let's listen to Verdier, what he says about this whole situation. Because
Councillor Verdier, it's always a pleasure to interact with you on this platform. You are a major stakeholder today in our country. Whatever Liberia is going through, your name is already in the annals of history of our country. And today you chair our Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and today you chair the International Justice Group that is internationally known. But since we last talked, a lot have happened, and you want to share with us what's been going on at your end. Let's get the program going.
Well, before we get there, can we kindly open with a word of prayer?
Oh, sure.
I just want to make clear here, before we go on with this show. Oh, Lord, what did I do? I just want to make clear here, sorry. Gosh, did I end my... Well, I'm still on. Sorry, folks. Let me set this thing up. Refresh this thing. Oh, Lord, this is difficult. Okay, I'm back. Let me see. I'm still on live. Yes, my broadcast is still on. Okay. I gotta remove some of this stuff. Sorry. Testing. Oh, Lord. What did I do to this? What did I do to deserve this, Lord? Sorry, folks. I have to end my show.